everybody, and welcome, to another episode within the theme of meaning of life. And topic of today, reasoning. Reasoning. What is it? Reasoning. What is it for? Reasoning. How can it impact us on a daily basis? Reasoning. Is it what was with us from the beginning? So I hear that in of itself, reasoning is conductive. It's a little bit of a translucent, lucent in the mind, in the mind of the. What is the question of the answer you seek? Let me know, let me see, let me just be me. Let me go, let me G, let me just be me. I got this now, I wanna be me. They call me heaven, call me heaven, call me what? It's your name. What do I mean by it was there from the beginning? Well, wasn't it? Hasn't it always been there? Reasoning? Don't let yourself expand from just the why it's gotta happen to it's happening. And what are you gonna do about it? What is your reasoning? What is your cognitive dissonance in and within the moment of you doing something? There are studies on eyes, sight, and we don't actually see the world as what it is. Our mind was developed not to. Our mind was developed to focus on one thing and to focus it fully. Well, I mean by the very simple fact that in the whole beginning of time, the whole beginning of anything, in all simpleness of saying, there was this reasoning behind it. There was a goal, there was a thought, there's a belief, there's a knowing that there's a thought of what could happen. There's a believing of what is to happen. And then there's a knowing of the willpower to get it done and to let it be something that is your mind opening up into all the endeavors of life. So in a way of saying, reasoning is the whole reason why we are here today. Not saying just in the conduciveness of the cognitive of saying that reasoning, if and the universe is conscious, is alive and living. There's a point where in life one must say that reasoning, what is the whole adaptation of why there is evolution in the first place. And same idioms and ideology brought forth life to being where we have the focus on around Earth flat earth plane of existence. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's my reasoning, right? Everybody's reasoning is different in and of itself, I would have to say. In and of itself. Just like the meaning of life. It's different for everyone in and of itself, to say simply. Can reasoning be what is a goal? Or that of what you see of like the history of it, where you can see the reasoning? It might not be exact reasoning, right? Yeah, it still is reasoning, right? Yes, I can say that it is as an outline, as a way of mapping and seeing the map, and you know, in and of itself, it is what seems to be the driving force in how things work out upon one's factor of the control factor. And or can you control yourself? Really, you can't control anything else. At least that's what they say. You know, on a spiritual path, it's a little different, right? You're one. God lives within you. You know, it's God lives within everything, because God is formless, so God is every form. Just saying, there's got to be reason behind it. You know, in and of itself, reasoning upon what it is to be able to find things out, right? Finding things out, reasoning behind that, right? Yet, what is the point of the ability to see yourself where it comes down to like from the instance of the flat earth comparison to the round earth, right? Even though we all know it's a flat earth plane of existence, right? Yet, going back to that thought process of before everyone thought the earth was flat, and then now that everyone thinks the world is round, or, you know, main focus at least, but that's just semantics in that. Yet, one reason behind it is, well, because, you know, the generational gap of thought process isn't because it took that much time to process. It's because there's a point where the ones that believe in something have died off, and the ones that know something have come to take their place. Yet, at that time, it still was everyone was believing things, because that was within the age of Pisces. Now we're in the age of Aquarius, where that is a very true statement of that the ones that are believing are dying off, and the ones that are knowing are taking forth and are the meek, and the meek shall inherit the earth. So in a way of saying, reasoning lies within that space of like discipline, in all of itself, to be where, yes, that where it is, you have like a couple of seconds or whatever, like a second. I don't even know how much, half second, something like that. Where it's your true power right there. That's the now moment. You're in the now moment. It's not that you're in the now moment. It's that you're, you know, in a way of saying that, well, it stands to reason that somehow there is this creational force, right? There's this full-fledged array of just what is life upon itself, right? And within that creational force, we are all connected. Because if that creational force has a consciousness, then it has been there the whole time. Reasoning, standing, right? As my hypothesis and everything like that. Well, welcome, and welcome. Let's go ahead and dive deep in navigating words today with etymology. How fun, right? Okay, so we're going to look up reasoning for sure, which is going to lead us into reason, and it's going to then lead us into R-E. Let's go ahead and look it up, right? Okay. Okay, so the etymology of reasoning. Okay, so exercise of power of reason, act of process of thinking logically. Reason, that was reasoning as a noun. Reason as a verb, to question someone, to challenge. 14th century. Speak, discuss, argue, address, speak to. Reckoning, understanding, motive, cause. To reckon, to think. To reason, to count. To think in a logical manner, express the fallacy of reason. From 1790s. Tendency employ reason with someone is from 1618. I mean to say 1680s. Reason as a noun. Intellectual faculty that adopts actions to ends. Statement and argument, statement of explanation or justification. Cause, matter, subject, language, speech, thought, opinion. Sanity, degree of intelligence that distinguishes men from brutes, that which recommended itself to enlightenment, intelligence, and reasonable view of a matter, late from 13th century. Signification. I invite you to breathe in, hold, out. In, hold, out, hold, in, and breathe. Isn't it fun to breathe? I think so. You know, it's probably one of those little things that we take for granted because the reasoning is that we get caught up with in our lives, right? One could say. Yet, what if The reasoning behind life is so that life can become as conscious as it can ever be. Isn't that the meaning of life right there? To allow consciousness, you understand that the body, your physical body, is the home of your soul at this very moment. Or it's God's home, at least. At that very sense, it's God's home. So, how is it God's home? Well, the reasoning of the Bible said so, and the reasoning that God doesn't have a form, so he's all form. He's formless. They're formless, so they're all forms in of itself. Simply to say. So, in of a sense, would you say that in reasoning, because is to count. So all you're doing when you're reasoning is using your logical or your mind space to then, count it as something, And remember, nothing is bad or good. It is just what it is. And until you bring your relative nature into it, or make it unrelative and unneutral. Boom, ba-dum, ba. Yet you see what you see, what you see. It's like a illusion of love, disillusion, if you may. Go forth and be your cream, crack. Now, here we go now, and yes, and no, it's like, to know it all is nothing more than heaven standing. That comes stead, or steadfast, steadheaven. Anywho, so in and of itself, love, and it's a reason to be in love, and I love you. How about that? What you got on that applesauce? Yo, give me some cinnamon. Ready? Here you go. Sometimes the reasoning we don't see, and it pays off. You get taught stuff and they don't tell you why they're teaching you, they just teach to you. And it's like, well, essentially down the line though, you learn that stuff is going to open up all the windows for you later down the line, because you know it already. Reasoning, you are being smart. Well, as smart as you can be in each day that you're becoming stupider. Just saying, the universe becomes smarter every day, every moment, in every way. And so, in simply saying that, your ignorance increases because the universe decreases. And there's, energy can't be destroyed. And so, even ignorance, is being somewhere, living out their life, doing their due diligence of their expansion, just like you. And yet, needed it early. Maybe, just maybe, you are all powerful and like God, that one day you rose up in your consciousness of knowing thyself and came to this retrospection of this reasoning that one can grow faster if they grow together. Something like that. That's some reasoning there. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know. And it never itself in every day. What about some quotes about reasoning? Let's see what they say. No passion so effectively robs the mind of all its power of acting and reasoning as fear. In questions of science, authority of 1,000 is not worth the humble reasoning of a single individual. That was the reasoning behind learning to play bass, and then after that it was more like it was neat to play songs together. For me to play bass, and for him to play guitar. Let's see what it means to be like the opposite of reasoning. What is the opposite of reasoning? Let's look it up. Let's see. Okay, so the opposite of reason is simply the opposite of case, explanation, and jurisdiction for the action or event. Let's look up what's the opposite of common sense. Noun, opposite of common sense, or what is generally right, predictable, acceptable, or possible. Brainlessness. Dullness, dumbness. Aftermath. In case of a case, fate, fruit, issue, outcome, outgrowth, product, result, development, effect, result, denouement, cancellation, side effect, end, fallout. Hindrance, discouragement. Yeah, that seems like an opposite to me. So overall, reasoning. Well, let's see if there's a difference between reason and reasoning. The opposite of reasoning is nonsense. Reality, truth. Related words or phrases. Reasonable, reason. I guess that is a little different. But you get the gist. Okie dokie. What is the name of this song? It's gonna be like rock and roll and the gods and me. Am I gonna be mighty if I can be like it? Come from you and me. Gonna Well, my friends, it's time for me to sign off now. It's time for me to go my way and do my thing, do my thing, and do my thing, and go my way. Yet, overall, my friends, thank you very much for making the time today to grow yourself in what can be the meaning of life. And today we have explored reasoning as a topic through the theme of meaning of life on the podcast of Craig Be Smiling. You have a beautiful one now. Aloha. And always remember, thank you for being you. Thank you for doing what you do. The world would never be the same without you. So thank you for you being you and all that you do. And the do that you do. Aloha.